Hey everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
We're checking out Cascadia Rolling Hills and Rolling River.
That's right. And this is by Flat Out Games and AEG. And these games are currently on Kickstarter.
Right?
So, I believe it's $19 for one.
Yeah. Or
for either one of these, or $35 for the pair.
Obviously you gotta do that one.
I mean, you got to, right?
Well, so the thing is with this game is once you learn the basic rules, you can
Of
apply that to all of it.
Yes.
And there's 4 different maps in each game. So you're basically getting new maps. And that's pretty great.
Yeah, and what we mean by maps is basically different roll and flip and write rules. So if you enjoy Cascadia and you enjoy roll and writes or flip and writes,
yeah,
games like that, this is definitely a game that will be right up your alley.
Yeah, for sure.
So thanks
Here's
to
the link. Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to post the link for everybody in the chat. It's currently on Kickstarter, so.
And make sure to go ahead. Don't even wait for the end of the Kickstarter because you know what's going to happen. You're going to forget.
That's
right. Car's going to break down. Water heater's going to explode.
Yeah.
And you're going to deal with all of that. No, you should just go ahead and deal with this right now while you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it right now because you're watching this video right now. So you probably want to go to Kickstarter right now because you know what Jelfia is going to say.
Yes.
Jelfia always says this. Though. She's in lurk mode, but normally she would say it.
Yeah, don't wait.
Or it'll be too late.
That's right.
That's right.
So the other thing with each of these games, they do have different maps. They also have different location cards. So like this card is going to be different than the other deck of cards. Yes. So there's a bunch of new content while it's the same like general concept. So you could definitely like put it all in one box and have one box to go.
Absolutely.
With a ton of content. So I think it's worth getting both of them.
Right.
And you get amazing art. Who doesn't love this artwork?
Bond says right now.
That's right.
Right now. That's right. And Geek Girl said there's only 16 more days in the Kickstarter. So why even wait? Why wait the extra 2 weeks? Just go ahead and pledge. Right? Meow.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Do you want to check out this game? Are we ready to like?
No.
No.
Because
we're not ready.
I want to thank Flat Out Games for providing us these. These are fairly finished prototype versions.
Yeah.
Pre-production sets
yes.
of these games, but they didn't give us these games in exchange for this video or any of the Kickstarter promotions. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. Including these two. Now, we played a Rolling Hills scenario, so it's only right that we do a Rolling Rivers scenario.
Yeah, when we learned the game, we played Rolling Hills, so now we're going to check out the Rolling Rivers.
That's right.
Even though it's basically... This is very similar.
There's a lot of similarities and a lot of crossover. Once you've learned one, all you have to do is find out the particulars of the sheet that you are doing, and it's pretty much the same on the other one. So let's go ahead and take a look at this while I teach you all the rules. So, for the setup for each of these, you're going to give each player a set of 2 personal dice. Now, these dice are going to be the same no matter which of these sets that you pick up. The important thing to remember is that all of these sides are the same except for the bear side and the split hawk salmon side. You want to make sure that you have one of each of these dice because all of the other sides all look the same. Like there's a salmon on both of these, and an elk on both of these, and a fox on both of these. And so you want to make sure that one of them has a bear and one of them has the split hawk salmon. So each player should have 2 of these dice. You're also going to have these 4 big chunky dice. Now in Rolling Rivers, you've got nice blue dice. In Rolling Hills, you've got nice beige dice. I believe they are.
Or yellow, maybe.
We'll open it up and find out. So, these dice mostly look the same, but they are not exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're yellow dice. Look at that. Or at least the pre-production copy is
I don't know
yellow.
if these are the final what it's gonna look like, but
So, subject to change.
yes.
So you've basically got three dice that are called central dice, and this one is a unique central special die. So, and I'll explain what those do in just a bit. So, you're going to give each player a tally sheet, and the tally sheet is just going to keep track of how many of each of these critters that you have at any one time. For example, if I were to get two bears, I would cross off this one and put a 3 right here next to the 1. Hey, I got 2 extra bears.
Barely.
Barely. Or if I spend those bears, I will cross them off here and put my new total, if any, right next to it. You've also got nature tokens at the bottom. You'll notice you start off with 1 of each critter and 2 nature tokens. And you will collectively decide which of these environment sheets we are going to play with. And each player has to take the same environment sheet. We're going to play with environment sheet B. I will explain each of them to you. This is environment sheet A. Environment sheet B is entirely different. So you've got a different play experience with the same sort of components. So you are going to separate the habitat cards into tier 1 and tier 2. Now you'll notice lots of different types of habitats in each of these tiers. What you're going to do is you're going to take one of each environment type away from each of the tiers. So you'll see I've got 2 prairie cards. A third prairie card Steph has already taken out right there. So that way you're not sure which of these cards you're going to get. There's going to be one that is missing from tier 1 and 1 prairie card missing from tier 2. So you're going to place them here and you're going to flip over the top one like so. You're also going to shuffle together all of the completion cards. Shuffle them all together and deal them either above or below 4 different slots for these environment cards, or habitat cards. So you're going to have a spot here, a spot here, and a spot here. If you've got a brown border, then you're going to place it on the ground because dirt is brown and dirt is on the bottom.
That's right.
So it goes underneath. Anything with a blue matches sky. Sky is at the top. You put it at the top. These are going to usually give you some sort of bonus for completing these habitat cards. The top ones are going to usually give some sort of discounted cost for, or some other way.
Cost.
Yeah, some other way of fulfilling the habitat card that is here. So when you fulfill a habitat card, you get the thing under it, or you can apply the thing over the top of it.
Right.
So that's going to hold true no matter which of these environments that you play. So as you see, we got a whole bunch of different completion cards that we are not even using. So the game is going to be quite different no matter what. You might notice some cards are might not be included in your set unless you have the promo pack, although the promo pack cards will have a little key symbol down here. I believe they recommend the first time you play to start off with the basic cards. I believe those are cards 1 through 4. We just shuffle them all together.
Yeah, we can handle it.
We can handle it. So just so you know about the little mini expansion pack. I'm assuming these will come with the Kickstarter, though I don't know this for sure.
Thoroughly.
Rolling Rivers has the Forces of Nature mini expansion, which includes a few of these completion cards as well as these Forces of Nature cards. Similarly, Rolling Hills has a cute little mini expansion as well. And if I can pull it out here, I can get you the name of it. Is it in here, Steph? Yes, the Summit Goal cards, which is sort of like um, completion cards. If you're the first to complete this goal, then this certain thing
Okay.
happens.
Fun,
We
huh?
did not play with those.
No.
And we're
That's
not
why.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not playing with the Forces of Nature mini expansion. Just keep in mind that those do indeed exist, in case that is something that interests you. So, um, so, uh, we have finished setup for this. Give each player a round summary card. For those of you who are interested in playing the family mode, we won't be going into the rules for family mode, but just keep in mind that it's generally going to be it simplifies a lot of the extra bonus actions that you can take. So we're going to play this over exactly 20 rounds. We've got 10 of the tier 1 cards and 10 of the tier 2 cards, which will give us an exact total of 20 rounds. In each round, one player is going to roll the 4 central dice. It doesn't matter who rolls them because you're all going to be using these 4 central dice. And then each player individually is going to roll the 2 personal dice. And so I will have access. If this were something that I rolled, I would have, Steph and I would both have access to these dice. I would additionally have access to my 2 personal dice. Steph would have access to her own 2 personal dice. So this would be my set, and this would be Steph's set. So the first thing you do is roll dice. The second thing you do is to collect wildlife from the dice that are available to you. And the third thing you're going to do is to complete 1 habitat card if possible. If you can't complete a habitat card this time, too bad. Just save your animals and hopefully you can complete a habitat card next time. So, in detail, as I mentioned, we're going to roll the 4 central dice. The first thing that you need to do is to check the central special die. This is the one that does not necessarily just contain critters on it. They have symbols and special abilities. There are 2 sides with animals on it. You've got the hawk and elk side, and you've got a bear and double salmon side on the central special die.
That's different.
That is slightly different from Rolling Hills.
This is rivers.
Yes.
You
So
find fish in the
slightly different. You've also got a wild animal side, which can count as any animal of a wildlife type of your choice. You've got one here that says plus 1 other. Yeah, this central die is different from the Rolling Hills die. Plus 1 other. After selecting the wildlife types you're going to collect, you get to take 1 extra die that was on that collection and take the animal on that die. You've got one that says you reduce the cost of dice actions by 1 nature token. I'll explain those in a bit, but basically, you're gonna use nature tokens to basically change what some of the dice show on them. You won't physically change the dice, but you will just be able to take different wildlife by spending nature tokens. You've got one side that says use 1 personal die twice. So if I had rolled the elk and the fox, I could take 2 elk or 2 foxes.
Yeah, because if you're collecting elk, you'll want additional elk.
Exactly.
It's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's all 6 of the sides for this central special die. In Rolling Hills, you've got sides that will say choose any 3 dice.
Yeah.
You've got a side that says to roll your personal dice sort of Yahtzee style up to 3 times. So if I didn't like this roll, I could roll a second time and possibly a third time to try to get exactly what I want.
Even more reason to back both of the editions because that is different.
That is totally different.
Yeah.
So, the first thing, as I mentioned, check that central special die because it might change what you do. You can also optionally take one of these dice actions. You may take only one per turn. You cannot take one of them twice. You cannot take two separate dice actions once. You did do that correctly on our game that we played, did you?
I think so. I didn't have really enough to otherwise, but I feel like it's a little bit weird because if you have enough, you should be able to do both. But yeah.
So basically, what you are going to do when you are going to claim critters is after you have rolled these dice, you are going to take all animals of one type.
That's a really good roll.
This is a really good roll for me.
For bears.
So I could take 1, 2, 3, 4 bears. I could take 1, 2, 3, 4 salmon. Or I could take 1, 2, 3 hawks. My choice.
Or 2 foxes.
Or 2 foxes. Or 2 elk.
I don't know why you wouldn't take bears though, but yeah.
Yeah. So, the hardest animals to get are the bears, followed by the elk, followed by the foxes, followed by the hawks, followed by the salmon. It's easier to get the hawks and salmon because they are on more sides of the dice. So
I suppose if you really wanted elk, you could change those bears into elk.
Well, that's what I'm about to mention
Yeah.
right now, is that what you can do with your nature tokens is to do what's called down convert or up convert. Down convert takes all animals of a type and converts them to the next lower animal. So for one nature token, I can convert all of the bears on the dice that are available to me to elk. I cannot use this to change the bears to hawks. That's not a successful down conversion. Down conversion is immediately the one wildlife type immediately below it.
Right.
So that will cost you 1 nature token. So if on the roll that I just had, if I did indeed want elk and 2 elk was not sufficient, I could down convert those bears to get 1, 2, 3, 4 elk.
Yep.
Instead.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Now, for a little bit greater cost, you can up convert, which means to take the animal type directly above. So let's say I did want those hawks. As I mentioned earlier, I would have to up convert my salmon to hawks. And considering I had a split salmon hawk and a salmon, well, right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 salmon.
Yeah,
I could make 5 hawks with this if the dice were like so. I think this was originally a bear, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hawks. And that would cost me 2 nature tokens. Or option 3 would cost 3 tokens where I can take 2 types. For example, I could take 1, 2, 3 salmon and 1, 2, 3 bears. Yeah, that would be good.
That's really good.
Now, if it were something like this, maybe I could take 2 bears and 2 elk, or 3 bears and 1 elk, 3 bears and 2 salmon. You cannot take 3 different types unless you've got a central special die that allows it, just like you could in the Rolling Hills expansion.
I guess if you rolled that.
Yes, that one will let you do plus 1 other. So I could take 2 bears and 1 other, maybe an elk, maybe a hawk, maybe a salmon.
Yeah.
So that's what the plus 1 other gives you. Now, if you unfortunately roll 5 different types like this, that's going to be bad news for you because you're going to get exactly 1 critter, well, 2 critters with the plus 1 die. But you don't want to roll something like this because that's not going to be good for you.
You have to read Dan's comment.
Dan's comment: convert a salmon to a hawk. That won't fly. Hello, Dan. I saw when you came in, Dan. Didn't have a chance to say hi. How you doing? So there are 5 different environment types. You've got mountains, forests, prairies, wetlands, and rivers. After you have collected your wildlife and noted them on your tally sheet, you have the option to complete one of these 4 habitat cards. So if I want to complete this, it's going to cost me 4 foxes and 1 hawk and 2 salmon. And if I do indeed complete this, this is going to give me a habitat size of 3. The habitat size is going to factor in differently depending on which of these environment sheets that we use. I will describe them to you though. And then you are going to either get the discount up at the top or the extra bonus down at the bottom. In this case, after I've completed this, I get to take a bear and a salmon.
I mean, that seems pretty good.
Alternatively, if I were over here, I would reduce the costs by any 3 animals, but I would make this 3 a 2 instead of a 3 with this smaller habitat. It does seem really good because it only costs 4 of these 7 animals.
Exactly.
Let's say I only have 2 foxes and no hawks and 2 salmon. I could pay 2 foxes, 2 salmon. Boom, I would have this completed.
Seems good.
Now, if you have completed this, let's say I completed this wetlands on round 1.
Right.
And this moves over here for round 2 and another card will come out. I can indeed complete this for round 2.
Right.
And round 3 and maybe even round 4. It's going to cost me a lot of foxes, but theoretically I could do it. After the 4th round, this is going to slide off and new cards are going to cycle in each time. So most rounds we're going to have 4 habitats to choose from, but keep in mind you may complete only 1 unless you have a card that allows you to do multiple, like we did when we played Rolling Hills. So if you've gotten any bonuses on your environment sheet, hey, you get to cross those off. And who doesn't like chains of actions on a roll and right or flip and right?
Combo.
We love combos. So when everybody has finished the above steps, we're going to slide all of these cards down. We're going to flip a new habitat up, and then new ones will be available, and these will eventually roll off the end. The tier 2 usually have better bonuses, but better habitat sizes, but ultimately they're harder to complete. So the game will end when there are no more habitat cards to add. Basically, the final round will contain no cards here and 4 cards up at the end.
Yep.
So once we've dealt out the 20th card, that marks the final round. So the only thing left to talk about is how do we play each of the different environment sheets. So environment sheet A looks like this. When you complete a habitat, you are going to complete the top open hexagon of that type. For example, if I were to complete this, I would get 3 in the wetlands area. So I'd put a 3 right here in this spot. Once I've completed 2 spots, I'm going to get this 1 point bonus plus a sun bonus. Anytime you get a sun bonus on this sheet, you can cross off one of these sets of animals or nature tokens or circle one of these points, and you're going to get that immediately. Once you've completed all of the environments in a row, hey, that's going to be worth 3 points plus a free animal type. And basically, that's all there is to it for environment A. Any leftover you'll notice you'll also get another 1 point Ensign bonus for completing your fourth, just like you did. If after your second prairie, you'll also get it for your fourth prairie. After your second wetland, also for your fourth wetland. Um, any leftover critters or nature tokens, you're basically going to add those up, divide by 5, and that's going to be worth points at the end of the game as well, if you can't find something to spend those precious critters on. So, sheet A on Rolling Hills is quite similar to that, though it is not. I don't think any of these are carbon copy identical, but they do share a lot of features.
Yeah.
So, environment B, this is the one we are going to be playing. As you see that there are the different habitats over on the side. In the row of the habitat type that matches the habitat card you completed, starting from the leftmost blank hexagon and going to the right, you're going to outline hexagons equal to the number on the card. So I'm going to get to outline 3 of the wetland hexagons. If you reach the end of the row, you get to go into what's called the overflow track. And you're going to start on the leftmost empty spot on the overflow track and mark. As you go through these, you might get to mark off something that has a symbol on the inside. That's going to immediately give you that bonus. If you surround one of these things between hexagons, if you have surrounded this with hexagons, hey, that's going to give me a bonus point. So keep that in mind that's another way in which you can gain bonuses.
Yeah. It's not wise to do a lot of yellow, a lot of blue, and a lot of forest. Because then they're not next to each other.
Right, because that's the first, third, and fifth row. First and fifth row already at a disadvantage because they're on the extreme top and bottom.
Exactly.
So you're probably going to get less for those anyway. So you might also collect the sun or rain symbols. The first time you collect a sun symbol, you are going to mark off the sun and take one of these 4 bonuses. You take your second sun, you're going to get one of these 4 bonuses, and so on and so on. Now, the first time you get a rain, you're going to mark off the rain and take any one of the bonuses that remain. Maybe you'll do a rain before your sun, in which case all of the bonuses will be available. If you do it after the sun, there are only going to be 3 of these 4 available, and choose the one you want. And basically, you're going to score these basically the same as you scored the environment A, including all of the leftovers worth a fifth of a point each. You'll also get a number of points based on how many hexagons that you have outlined for each of those tracks. So if you manage to outline all of the prairies, you're going to get 20 points. And the same for each of the other ones, including the overflow track. Those are going to be worth points as well. So, moving on to sheet C. So things are becoming more and more complex. You'll notice that there's a complexity rating up here at the top. A is a 1-star complexity. B is 2 stars. C also 2 stars. Map D is going to be a 3-star map. That's in both of the games, the Rolling Hills and Rolling Rivers. So with this one, you're going to outline hexagons equal to the number and type from the habitat card. So using our previous example of 3 wetlands, I get to mark off 3 wetlands. Whenever you're outlining hexagons, they must be next to a hexagon that's already outlined. They don't have to be next to each other. So I could mark off 2 of these wetland hexagons over here and then swap over and take this hexagon over here. Notice you start off with 2 of these already outlined. So you can place next to one, the other, or both, or next to things that you outlined this turn. Now, here's a sneaky trick. If you manage to outline everything around a hexagon, you will have by default outlined the hexagon in the middle. Does that count? Yes, it does indeed count.
Yes.
So you will get the bonus for that 7th hexagon in the middle. If you outline everything around, then you'll get the one in the middle. But it's important to note, some of these you must do that way. For example, this, which will give you a bonus of forest symbol, if you outline all the way around it, you will get this bonus. And this is the only way to get this bonus, because notice this color is white. It doesn't match any of the 5 environment types.
Right.
So some of these that you will see, like this free wetland and this free prairie, they don't have any color background. The only way to enclose those is by enclosing all the way around it.
Yep.
So if you get anything with an animal bonus, cross it off, add it to your tally sheet. If it's a points bonus, circle it. If it's a free hexagon, cross it off and outline a hexagon of that type. And then you're going to score at the end of the game. You're going to add up the number of points on the hexagons of the type and add 4 more points if that environment was entirely completed. So basically everything else is the same as before. Notice these landmark bonuses up here. If you do outline a hexagon with a landmark icon on it, then you're going to get one of these landmark bonus areas and cross off everything in order. So if you cross off this landmark, you're going to get this bonus. Oh, up, down a little bit. Sorry. You're going to get this bonus, and then the one below it after that, and then the one below it after that. And then if you get any more, you'll get whichever one of these bonuses that you want. You've also got overflow. If for some reason that you have already crossed off all of your plains areas, you're going to go ahead and get these overflow bonuses of 1 point moving up to 4 points, depending on whatever is, however many spots you need to claim. Last but not least, number D, if I can ever turn this to the right page.
There's a back to it.
It does not seem to be. I'll just bend it backwards here. So, number D, map D, is different, is vastly different on Rolling Hills and Rolling Rivers, I do believe. And this map is pretty much what I would envision if someone said, hey, let's make a Cascadia Rolling Right. As you see, these have scoring conditions very similar to as they are in Cascadia, the board game. So, whenever you are completing a habitat, you're going to place those critters in the habitat by writing the first letter of those wildlife types. S for salmon, H for hawk, F for fox, etc. So you're going to add, for instance, in this case, since this is a 3 wetlands, you get to mark 3 of these critters on your map. You could mark 3 foxes. You could mark a fox, a hawk, and a salmon. You could do a hawk and 2 salmon, but you are limited to the types of the animals that are listed on the cards. And at the end of the game, you're going to score based on these standard Cascadia scoring conditions. For example, the bears, you want them in pairs of bears, with no other bears around it. So I think that this seems to get the feel of Cascadia. Rolling Hills is going to be quite similar to that. Not identical, but quite similar. So that if you've played one, you will instantly know how to play the other. In fact, Steph and I have not played Rolling Rivers, yet everything follows quite closely with Rolling Hills.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Can we play?
Stacy says combo tastic.
Yeah.
So here we go. Round one. I'm not going to go over all the rolling hills in detail, but just keep in mind they're very, very similar to A, B, and C. And even D, even on map D, you've got where you're filling in all the critters. It's just not the same scoring conditions as it is for Cascadia. I believe those scoring conditions, you're mostly wanting to have groups of one animal type in each of these little predetermined regions. But all of the other maps are quite similar. We're going to roll these. Look at the elk.
No.
Which is not going to help us.
I want foxes.
Boom.
I have 1, 2, 3 foxes.
Wow. Where did my pen go?
I want this.
I want a pen. No, I want a pen. Here, I got a tantrum pen. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 elk. So I'm going to elk it up, which is not going to help me with this, unfortunately. But maybe I'm helping myself in the future.
If I only had one more fish, I could have done it.
You could have done it? Wow.
Not good enough.
Yeah, but it was going to be difficult for you to get two different things.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
That's how it works. Hey, now you can get it. Ooh, look at that. There's no way I'm going to get that this time either.
whoa.
Boop, boop,
We
boop,
get a
boop.
discount.
Yeah, so with the -1 nature discount, remember for down converting it cost 1, that indeed becomes free. But remember, keep in mind you can do exactly 1 dice action. Look at my foxes.
Maybe I go for fish.
I think I'm taking 1, 2, 3, tick tick 4 foxes.
Wow. Must be nice.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
I can only get 2 or something. Well, I guess I could tick down for free and get the more foxes. It's a lot of foxes.
I could indeed do this. Do I want to do that though? I mean, it's not the worst idea I've ever had.
No.
That would cost me basically a fish, a hawk, and 2 of my foxes.
I'm gonna do it.
I am too. A fish, a hawk, and 2 of my foxes.
Yeah, me too.
And that's going to give me 2 outlines.
Yeah, me too.
And I get a free elk back. A 6th elk. How about that? Question for later. What's the worst idea I've ever had?
Been a lot.
I've had worse ideas. Wow. This, when it gets under here, it's down to a 1, but you pay 2 critters.
Ready?
That's going to be something I gotta consider when it comes up. All right, we're rolling.
Wow, this is terrible.
How about an elk and an elk
What?
and a choose a personal die twice
Oh.
and a salmonin.
No.
And I've got a bear and another salmonin. No. I might take 3 salmonins. I did forget to mention, if you see something on here that says one nature token, if you complete this, boom, you get a nature token, as you might expect.
Do that. I could actually do the 4. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
I can do that.
I have no hawks, but I get a discount of 3 hawks. So
Yes, no hawks given.
no hawks given. That gives me 3.
I mean, it's not great, but it ain't bad either. I cannot do this. Just barely can't do this.
Gives me
All right, minus one of these, minus two of those, minus two of these.
all about that fox. About
About that
that fox.
fox.
No trouble.
And we mark off 3 of these, not 4 of these. That gives me a free fox.
Yep.
Free
You keep copying
foxes.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, but I'm doing it better.
I know. It's annoying.
Really not, but.
You are.
And then we scoot. See how quick it plays? I'm down to
It
4L
only gives 1.
0 here.
But you get 2
Oh,
by
yeah. Well, here's the catch. You can do one habitat.
One
And
habitat.
this could be it.
Yeah, if I have nothing else to do, why not?
I mean, why not? It's 2 free nature tokens.
Why can't I roll
We
anything
have
good?
a fox. We have a bear and 2 salmon. We have a
That's
salmon
real.
and a hawk, and we have a plain old salmon.
Oh, that's a lot of
How
sense.
about some fish? Wow. How about my salmon?
Oh,
That's
but
5 salmon, but I don't need 8 salmon.
you'll be good for a
But
minute.
but I got to do it.
Yeah.
But I got to do it.
Yeah, I don't have any bears, so I'm just. I mean, it's a lot of salmon.
It's a lot of salmon.
That's 5 salmon.
That's 5 salmon. 5 salmon for me, 5 salmon for
Actually,
you.
you know what?
What? Did you not do it?
I'm gonna change my mind.
You're not
I'm
doing it.
gonna upgrade it to hawks.
Oh, that's a really good
I'm
idea.
spending both of my pine cones.
That's a really good idea. It's a really good idea.
I know. I'm not telling you. I'm telling them what I'm doing.
It's a really good
I love salmon.
idea. Oh, hi, time roller. Rating of the party of 11.
Hey, time roller.
I had a waitress friend who would pronounce it salmon.
Well, that's wrong.
So we watch Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, I found your pen.
And oh, thank you. We watch Hell's Kitchen and other cooking shows, and it bugs the heck out of me whenever I hear them say salmon. And I'm like, no,
Oh,
don't do it.
that's fine.
It's salmon. But do I want to also convert them to hawks? Knowing what hawks we have up here. But this is almost like it's almost off the world.
Hard to say.
It's almost gone.
It is, and this is the river expansion, so we are expected to get more fish.
Come on, the L is silent. It's silent, not silent. All right, so I am not going to do it. I'm going to take a chance.
Wow.
I'm not doing it, but I am doing this. And for 2 fish, I'm taking a free thing, a free nature token for 2 fish and 1 wetland.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
That's a really good idea. I like that
I
idea.
could do that, but I really don't want to. So
You're doing this?
I'm doing none of it.
Actually, that's not a bad plan either.
I don't have a bear, so I cannot do
Oh,
it.
I don't have a bear either.
If I had a bear, I would definitely do that. But I do not have a bear.
All right, get the hints. Shifting over. Whoa.
That's lots of hawk.
That's lots of hawk, which unfortunately I did not do. Well, you're gonna like the two wilds because that's equal to two bears.
Yeah, I'm gonna do bears.
No,
That's 3 bears.
I got 2 foxes,
Which
a
is
fish,
foxes.
which is really 4 foxes.
I can't do the elk one.
But man, I don't want 4 foxes.
Got any elk? I can't do that, and I can't do that. So that leaves deuce and deuce. I do this. Then this says upgrade any 3 animals.
Convert, yes.
I don't love that. I don't love that ability. I love that ability better.
I can't do this no matter what.
Gain 2 nature tokens if you have 2 or
2
fewer.
and 2 and 3.
Oh, I should do that, but I can't. I don't have elk. Oh.
I could do this. If I make those elk, or I upconvert 4. If I convert the foxes all to elk.
What did I take? Bears? Ah. I really want to take this, and I can't.
No, I need to down convert. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hawks. 5 hawks to down convert. That's what I'm doing. And then I am going to complete this one.
I'm completing this one.
See, we didn't do it after all. For 2 elk and 3 birdies and 1 fish, I get 2 nature tokens and 2 mountains.
And then I could upgrade
That gives me a free fox.
3 animals.
And that gives me a free elk. And I get a bear and a salmon. I like that.
Oops.
Well,
Nothing. I miscalculated my stuff here.
Geek Girl says, I hope it's okay. I'm spotlighting your channel on my own. Of course it's fine.
Oh, I did it wrong again.
So now we're on BGG and Geek Girl Podcast. And maybe some others that are spotlighting us. I think Time Roller spotlighting us when he rated.
Huh. Okay.
Are you freaking out?
Yeah, I did my upgrades.
You did your upgrades.
Yeah.
What upgrades? Oh, you get 3 aminals upconverted.
Upgraded. Yeah.
Yeah, just 3.
Yeah, I did 3.
Not 3 types.
3.
3 critters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
All right, so get rid of that.
Did it.
Did it.
All right. I need a miracle.
Oh.
Rolling.
All right, rolling.
They see me rolling.
Hey, then. Whoa. I got a salmon and a hawk and an elk and a bunch of nothing because 2 personals.
And none of my personals line up.
No, they don't. That's bad.
At least you have a hawk.
I have a hawk. So this is 3 hawks, basically. And I think that's probably what I end up doing.
Wow, that's bad. That's really bad.
Really bad. Man, I need to do this.
I could take 2 bears.
I think I'm going to do that.
Downgrade them to elk, maybe?
And I'm taking 3 hawks.
So then that becomes a 4. So that wasn't terrible. Now what can I do with this? That's a question.
Let me tell you.
Can I do this again? No.
What?
I only got 1 fish. So I could do this easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I'm considering doing that because not only do you get 3 animals, you get to upconvert 3.
That gives 2 pine cones too, though. I do need pine cones. Cannot do the 3 fish at the end. I've never been able to do the card that we flip over. Ugh,
I have done it once already. I could do it right now.
that's nice for you.
I'm sad that I can't complete more of the water ones.
And I can upgrade 3 if I want. I should.
This turns into a 1. That's not great. All right, 1 bear and 1 elk and 2 foxes, 3 salmon.
Ugh.
Gives me 3 forests. 1, 2, 3. This gives me 2 bear,
2 bear.
1 hawk, and 1 salmon.
Salomon.
Yeah. And a nature. Donk. Scoot. Another prairie card up.
No, I don't need to roll fish. Fish. Fish.
Listen to her crying for fish.
Okay, roll a fish. I got
How about a fish and a fish and a fish wannabe and an elk hawk
So I get 4
and an
fish,
elk and a salmon hawk?
which is really gonna be.
Wow, that's
I can do the first card finally. So I can cross out that. That becomes a 2. That becomes a 1. That becomes a 3. Get 3 of these. And that means I get a bear. And then I get another bear and a fish.
can't quite do that one. Yeah.
Hey, Alone Shark, how's it going?
Hello.
Bonds.
Hmm.
Bonds.
Oh yeah, that is bonds.
Bonds.
Still need to get these. Painting 1 nature token is not great though. I just gotta say.
Yeah, but it says if you have 2 or fewer.
I have 5.
So yeah,
So not great.
I would have gotten a lot.
Probably not great.
Oh yeah, because you collect this first anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's not great.
That's great. That's great.
That's great. I'm considering doing this for 2 because it's so cheap.
That's cheap.
In fact,
Cheap, cheap.
that's what I'm going to do. Not doing this, not doing this, not doing this. I'm doing this for a fox and 3 fish. Oh, I actually need to get my stuff here. That might be good.
You should probably do that first.
I can do 3 elk or 4 fish. 3 elk's probably the
Or
better
3
deal.
hawk.
5 hawk if I upconvert.
That's true. That's a lot.
It's a lot of hawks, but I already have 6 hawks. Why would I go 11 hawk?
Well, if you're gonna do this one, then you could upgrade 3 of them.
To foxes. That'll empty me of elk. You know what?
Do what you want.
I'm going to do what I want. I am going to take 4 fish, bringing this up to 8 fish, because I'm going to spend 3 fish on a fox.
Sounds good.
I'm going to get my nature token. And I'm going to get 2 forest.
Yes.
Which is what I shouldn't be doing, but I'm doing it. And that gives me a free elk.
Yeah, I'm doing all the wrong things.
I'm
Not listening to my own advice. You're kind of at the mercy of the dice, though.
Look at that.
That
That's a lot of low critters.
wish I could do it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like so many though. All right, roll it. Fish, fish, fish.
No fish.
No fish.
We have a hawk and an elk and a wild and nature, so you could fish it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely use that ability.
And cheap fish and hawk, sadly.
So I'm gonna take hawks as fish, and then do this card over here. I spend 4, but I get 1 back, so I really
Spend 4.
I spent
Oh, yeah.
4, but I get 1.
Yeah. As long as you have it, you can do it.
I had it. Yeah.
And you did. I know, I saw it. Trust you.
2 mountains.
This is 2 for low cost, low cost of 1
Almost
elk
free.
and 3 fish.
Oh, I did this. I got an elk for my troubles.
Yeah. I am going to up convert, I think, because it costs 1 instead of 2. So I want 1, 2, 3 foxes.
Yes, this is the Cascadia currently on Kickstarter.
That's correct. Do you have that link, Steph?
I do. It's right about like here.
Right about like there. So if I have a 1 and 1 and 2 and 3, I can do this and up convert some aminals. Or I can do this, which would cost me basically a fox and 3 fish. I'm gonna go hog wild towards these things. Fox.
I mean, it's cheap, cheap.
That's what I'm counting on. And 3 fish.
Yep.
And that gives me 2 of these, which gives me a Beirut.
A Beira.
A Beirut. Basically setting myself up for going right down the middle at the end of the game.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping. That's out. These are down. We still don't have. There's my last river at the bottom there. Double fish. Fox, fox, fox.
Oh,
Fox.
not bad.
If you want
That
foxes,
was
now's
fox.
the time. Oh, man. That's 3 fish or 3 fox. Boo. Looks like maybe 3 fox.
4 fox.
What?
So I'm gonna spend some foxes now. Let's see. So those 3 fish, 2 fox, 2 elk.
I don't like any of it because I don't want any more of these, but that's what I end up getting.
And then I can upgrade 3 things. Whoa. Do I upgrade my fox to elk? Really? What's gonna come out next? River is probably gonna be fish. Oh boy.
Is that what I want to do, or do I just take the 3 fish here? 3 fox is what I currently have.
Tricky.
But I shut myself off of doing anything. Unless I take the 3 fish. Because I'm down to 2 fish is my problem.
Yeah, you could do this one.
I could, but it's only 1 mountain.
Yeah, I know.
3 to 2 is okay. 2 to 1 is a huge cut.
I agree.
Or I just stand pat this turn. But 3 takes me to the sun.
Get you more fish.
So I'm going to have to not take the foxes. Don't take the foxes. Take the 3 fish, which is the fish I had, and spending the 2 foxes that I had before, and 2 more elk. For 3 of these. This seems like such a losing strategy here. And I get a sun. The sun is going to give me. It's going to give me a free elk. I get to upconvert 3 animals.
Yeah.
That's the goodness right there.
You do have a lot of birds.
I do have a lot of birds. And that's what I'm going to upconvert 3 to 3. That makes it easy.
Last one and one.
Last one in number 1.
I need lots of fish.
Lots of fish. Nope,
No
1 fish.
No.
We have an elk and a bear, a fish hawk, and a bonus, a wild.
Oh.
And I rolled 2 freaking foxes. Boo. That's horrible.
This did not go what I wanted to see.
Oh, I know.
I
Same
could just
here.
take 2 fish. Or I could downgrade
I think I'm gonna
to get
down
1 more fish. Or just take the eagles and go with this at the discount. I really wasn't gonna do forest at all. So what else? I'll take fish. Take 2 fish.
1, 2, 3, 4 elk.
And then I get a bear. And I get a fish back.
I'm knocking this one out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as
Wow.
well. Which gets me.
I get a bear and a salmon.
I get the 2 here too. Whoa.
Yeah, I already got my 2. But then I get these 2. Whoa. Which gets me a fish and 2 natures. Ta-da.
I also get a sun.
Whoa.
It's gonna be
Is it a black hole sun?
2.
Delphia is back.
Yay, Julia. Okay. So I did this.
Wow. You're beyond me on this. That's fantastic.
Okay, I did my stuff.
Good job.
I have a lot of pine cones.
Shoot it out.
Shoot.
Shoot.
More water.
More water. I need more water. And it's at 4 now.
Ooh, that's a lot. But I have lots of bears. That's fine. Do not have fish still. So.
You know what? I'm 1 bird and 1 fish short, so I'm not getting it this time, no matter what I want.
Not necessarily. You could roll a +1.
Did not. Keeper, wild, fish, bear.
I want the fish.
And I got a fish and an elk. I'll probably fish it.
So I get 3 fish. And then I can do this one.
Which one?
This.
You did that one.
And I'm like really out of resources. I do get a bear back though.
Bareback?
Yeah. Okay.
Could do that.
4 water. At this point.
I could down convert for free and get 3 elk.
So my friend is messaging me. She's like,
Yes.
"Where do you get all the free birthday month things?" 'Cause I told her I'm like,
It's everywhere.
to literally sign up for everything, and then the month of March is like all this free food. It's like December in March because people
And I get it in November.
people get fat in December because you're eating all this like amazing food for holiday stuff. But it's like that in March for me too, because like I get all this free stuff. All the places are like, here, come visit us, and we'll give you free things.
I love it.
I love it too. Wendy's like, I'm actually gonna sign up for things.
Yay, Wendy.
Uh,
You know what? I am going to down convert for free and take 3 elk because elk are harder to get. And then for 1 bird and 2 fish, I'm doing this cheap thing.
wow.
It's a bad plan, but I'm doing it. It's a bad plan, but I'm doing it. For 1 water. Oh, and that gives me a sun. 2 birds coming up. All right, since you were busy. Text him while you're on stream.
Well,
Rude.
it's funny.
All right, here's what we got.
Fish and fox.
Fish, hawk, fox, wild.
Wow. Bad again, huh?
No, elk, hawk.
-3 is looking pretty good. Let me see.
Yeah, it is.
To take fish again.
I am taking fish by down converting. I'm down converting hawks.
I could upgrade hawks. I have 1,000,000 pine cones, so I'm gonna upgrade to hawk. Then I get 4 hawks.
I get 4 fish.
So what can I do with that? 3 rivers, which is not terrible. Or
Or
I actually have no elk. So my only option if I want to do anything is this.
that's probably what I'm doing.
But that's actually not so bad,
No, not so bad. So I'm gonna keep the 3 bear standard. That drops to 6. That drops all the way. That drops to 1. I get 2 tokens up to 10. And 3 water.
So 1. All right. I get 3 water.
Which gives me a grand total of 0 bonus.
Really? I got a rain cloud.
I'm not that far along.
I get an elk for my troubles.
So you're much farther along than I am.
And I get 2 pine cones.
I already got my 2 pine cones. You ready?
Yep.
Next round.
Yep.
Ding ding. 2 personal. Fox, fish, wild.
Oh, but I don't need fox. I need elk. I could upgrade to elk, I suppose. Oh, but I get 2. Hmm. So I get 1, 2, 3 elk. Yeah, I should take elk.
I get 4 fish. One, 2, 3, 4 fish.
3. Yeah, I can't complete anything this time though. Unfortunately,
I'm getting that one, I think.
it's all rivers all day.
I am not going to use.
Unless I take 2 types. Do I want to take 2 types?
I am not going to use. I think 2 of these and a bear. So 1 bear, 2 fox. Those are gone, and 1 down to 1 fushy. I get 3 wetlands. This gets me a lot. Like a lot, a lot. You get points and points and points and fish and hawk and fox. Hawk, fox, and rain cloud. I want the point. I can take a point or I can take 2 fish. I think I probably ought to take 2 fish.
Yep, I did not do anything.
Did you feel like you weren't being productive to society there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely am doing that.
Me too.
Oh, but that's also so good. Ah, what a
So
beautiful.
we have an elk and an elk hawk and a wild and a salmonin
Oh.
and a salmonin and a hawk.
So this might be the time when I take 2.
Take 2 types.
Or I upgrade elk to bears.
Because I can get elk, elk, salmon, salmon, elk, or salmon.
I got no bears.
Yeah, I do need some birdies.
Or I could take fish too, because I also need fish. I need lots of things.
Yeah, me too.
I can definitely do this one this time, though, with the discount.
Me too.
So what do I do?
I don't know.
Bird, bird, bird.
Bird is the word. To the bird, bird, bird. To the bird is the bird. To the bird, bird, bird. Bird.
I'm going to spend 3 to take both elk
Uh-huh. I'm probably going to take elk and salmon
and fish. Yeah.
because that's good times there.
Okay. And then I'm definitely going to do
Okay.
smaller habitat because I have no bears. So
Whoa.
I know.
I have bears.
So
All right. 2 fish. 3 elk. 2 foxes.
I'm in the overflow lot. I get 2 suns.
What?
Just got 2 suns.
Overflow. You ridiculous.
Hmm.
I get 1 nature token back and 4 waters. 1,
Fish and a bird.
2, 3. You're gonna kill me.
Bird.
If you're already in the overflow. They get a rain cloud.
I really want a bear, another bear, so I'll do this one. All right. Done.
Whoa. Running out of turns.
I knew I was gonna need bears. I got 2 fish.
Salmon, salmon.
Oh my god, it looks like I'm taking fish.
Does look that way.
Then what?
Then what indeed?
This seems like my best play. 1, 2.
I can't do it unless I upgrade to hawks. Because I'm out of foxes.
I'm gonna do that.
2 and 2 and 3 and 2.
Then one of those.
Man, I don't want forests. I want mountains. Badly do I want mountains.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3. That gives me a lot of bonuses.
I'm going to have to upconvert to hawks, though.
I get another sun bonus. Holy moly. Oh, it's 2 bears. I'll do that. And then I get a rain bonus. So I have to go back over here.
Because I have none of these, so I'm paying everything else. 2 and 2 and all 4 to get 3 of these. 1, 2. Whoops.
That was
3.
a lot of bonus. Oh, and I get this
I also
bonus
get a lot
too.
of bonus.
Elk and bird. Good. I need some birds.
Point. Bird and an elk. Bird.
Bird.
Elk.
Bird is a bird.
Now rain. Rain.
Okay. That was a pretty decent turn.
I'm going to have to double fox, I think.
I need mountains for days.
Oh, I get a sun and a rain.
No. I know exactly the commercial.
What?
The bounty commercial. No, no.
Yeah, that. The little drawing on the sketchbook. He goes,
All right,
that's so cute.
that? Rolling.
Rolling.
Foxes? No.
Yes. Fox, wild,
Wow.
elk. You
But I don't
looking?
have any fox.
Oh my goodness. Foxhawk.
Oh, you got foxes.
Mm-hmm. They get foxes.
I don't want that. I want this one.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Mm,
Not happening today.
doesn't look like it's happening. If I spent 3 pine cones, it could happen. Sure. The wetlands could also be okay. Don't really give many bonuses.
I'm taking 4 foxes. And I'm sticking to it.
I need to spend 3, so 3 pine cones gets me hawk and fox.
Fox.
Uh,
I can't do that because I don't have the fish.
all right, I'm gonna do this one. And all my fish.
I gotta do this. Ignoring one bear and two fish.
That's a
Five.
very high cost.
What?
This.
Yeah, I know.
But it gets me a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know.
1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
4.
3. I get one of
I get
these.
this and this. I get a fish and a fox and an elk. Then I can upgrade 3 things. Which is another reason to do that. Just gonna take some elk and turn them into bears. It's magic.
Does this give me a free hex or a free? That is a free critter. That is a free this.
Yeah, it's a free hex. It's pretty good. Actually, I probably should have thought about that. Mistakes may have been made.
Yeah, it's not a life-ending decision.
I saw 2 bears and I was like, yep.
2 bears. I'm not even on 2 bears. I'm like long way away from that. All right, kill it.
Well, I won't be getting my final son, so
Final sun.
yeah, I got all the sons but one.
What do you mean all the suns but one?
There's one left on my board that I will not be getting.
Where's the other one? Why can't you get that?
It's a lot of forest that I'm not
There's
doing.
9
for.
forest right there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that though. I got other plans.
Oh, I see.
Fish, 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 fish.
What is that one?
You can take it one different.
One different.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Ah, and I split like crazy.
I'm taking fish. 1, 2, 3 fish.
And one different.
And one different, which is gonna be what?
3 fish and a bear for me.
Fox or elk? Fox or elk? Fox or elk? I wish it was bird. We're gonna go with elk. And I think I'm gonna do that.
Now, it's important to note you can't take 2 fish and 2 bear because it's one different die.
Okay, so that's gonna be 4. And that's gonna be 2. That's gonna be 1. I get 3 of these.
3 foxes and 3 fish. I can have that. That's what's
I
happening.
get this. I get a fish.
1,
Whoa.
2, 3. I get a bear and a hawk. And some scattered points.
Yeah.
Running close to the end. I don't have any of mine to the 20 spot. I may have lost my chance. Fish, 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 and double fish.
Wow.
Guess what I'm taking?
I'm gonna take some fish.
Fish and hawk. I could down convert for 7 fish. Or don't down convert for 6 fish.
5 fish or upgrades to 5 bird.
You know what? I am down converting for 7 fish. Just so I've got them.
5 freaking forests would be great. Maybe I should just do it.
4 forests.
Well, no, if I spend the full amount. But how great are we talking? 7 points. Great. I'm gonna do upgrade to birds. It's gonna be 5 birds. I'm gonna pay the full cost. 4 bears. Back. 1, 2, 3.
1 and 2 and 3 and 3.
5. I get an elk. I get a bird. I get a bear. I get 2 points, and I get a rain cloud. Rain cloud, which will be 2 foxes. Or should I just take points? We still got cards left. I'm gonna take foxes.
1 and 2 and all 3 and 3. For 4 wetlands.
Yeah. I need to complete. We got 2 more rounds, I think.
I don't know. I'm in the middle of my turn though.
All right.
That's rain.
Rain. It's been forever since I've seen Once on This Island. I don't remember the rain song well
Do I think I can get that? All right, bear and salmon. Bear, salmon. Up convert 3. 4. 2. 2 of these. Becomes 4. Now I can for sure get that. Yes, we have 2 more turns left.
No.
And I'm out of water chances.
Yep.
Those came early.
Give me
I do have
fish.
1 mountain chance, unfortunately, and I need it. That's 2 fish and a fish and could be a fish and a bear. How's those for fish? And a fox and a hawk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing a fox and a hawk. So I cannot do this one over here. And I was really hoping to do that one. So what else?
I can do that.
This is not
Can't do that.
terrible. So I will do that. Not spending a fish and 2 bears. We should take animals too. How about that? I think I'll take fish in preparation of next round. I get 5 fish. I get 2. And 2. Yeah, not great. I needed mountains, so maybe next round I can do some mountain work.
One and 2. Missing 3 of these. And 3 fish. I could do this, which would get me 4. That would get me 4 overflows, which I have no overflows. They're not certain that's the best use of my time. If I take this, I'm probably not getting that because it will wipe out
Yeah, but you will get an upgrade
most of
ability. So
upgrade, but
yeah,
I'll be wiped out.
Yeah, for sure.
And I really want to complete that.
Me too.
In order to do this, I'm going to have to up convert
Well, you do have
2
plenty of flying
foxes.
cones.
I do. Up convert to foxes. And then I'm probably not going to be able to do that, which is scaring me a little bit. All right, I get 4 foxes for a bear and 2 of these and 3 of these and 3 fish, which still wipes me out. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. It does give me 4 of these, which is the only of that I've gotten. Yeah, that's going to be like 6 points. I got a sun and a rain and a hex. I think I've accidentally shut myself out of that, even moved. Looking at what I've got. I need 2 critters. Let's see, a sun and a rain. I'm definitely just going to take the sheer points, I think. Four and one and almost one, and I can get this if I want it by taking any 2. Doesn't matter what I roll at that point. That's a 4 and a 1. So that gives me a little bit of cushion in case I screw this up.
Yep.
And 1 hex, which gives me a fish just in case. All right, my last chance.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Foxy.
4 foxes. I do have enough of the
Oh
other
my
stuff as long as I
God.
do foxes.
Yeah, I can't.
I will get 4, which puts me up here.
I rolled perfectly.
It's not great. It's
I need 1 fox and I need 2
8
bears.
points.
That's so ridiculously
This is
bad.
going to be better for me regardless. Anyway, here's the roll.
Got 1 bear.
1 fox, 2 fish, cheaper nature.
No.
No, Michael. And I
So
have
I
a
cannot
fox.
get a bear. No.
I hear you crying.
No, 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 no.
I don't have enough foxes for this. Because I can't up convert those to foxes and I can't down convert that to a fox.
What is happening?
Steph with pouty face. If I take 2 sets, then the 2 I spend for take 2 sets is the same as taking the extra whatevers. So I think I'm just gonna take 2 foxes and like it. All right, Boo Boo Kitty. It looks like the 5 points is going to be my best play.
I got a free hex. What's my best hex?
Don't know.
This gives me a bird.
Bird.
Not great. So I'll just do this.
4 and 1 and 1 and 4. Okay, 2 nature tokens.
Terrible.
That's not great.
Ugh.
I think you got me.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Jelvia, best mood award. Yeah. I didn't get my bears. Oh.
That was a 13-point play for me.
Yeah, mine was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't think I could have done much better. All right.
I think that is it.
Let me add this up.
So fortunately, I have 10 critters left for 2 points instead of 1. So obviously 10 points, obviously 8 points, 13 points, and a pair of 20s. And a 6. And then bonuses.
Boo. All right. I got.
No, I definitely got you. You have 13 in bonus. I have 24. Because I took bonus through here on the sun rain.
Yeah. I know you got me, but so what? I'm still adding it up.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I got 10 points of this. I'm saying that's where the difference is. I'm not rubbing it in. I'm just telling you. 21, 41, 61, 71, 101, 103.
103 for Michael and 88 for Steph. I really needed to be able to fill this card. That was what
This
I.
one?
Yeah, that's what I needed.
I was so far behind on that. I'm like, I need to fill this out to catch these little bonuses and stuff. But then I'm like, it's the last card. 8 going to 13 is a 5-point swing. Plus 2 is 7, and 1 is 8, and a couple of critters. 8 points was not as good as going from a 10 to a 20 down here. Right?
Yeah.
Plus the 3 extra bonus points here.
Because I would have got the rain cloud.
And the rain would have been worth
Like 3 points.
How do you know which one?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to mark them off as you do them.
Well, I marked them off on my sheet.
My point is, how do you know that it's your sun marked instead of your
Because I
rain?
did all my sun before any rain.
Right, but if you're a mortal,
I don't know. I just know.
hey,
Hey, thanks for following. Thanks.
thanks, Cardboard Coast. I'm just saying, whenever you do these, you're supposed to mark the side so you know which one you've done, because you won't necessarily get your suns before your rains.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
just saying. I'm gonna put this over on your side. So whenever you do this, it's right. From the Best Mood Award has hands. You can't tell she's doing the pouty lip. um, I think.
I think the box time is wrong. Also,
I mean, it is 20 rounds, and
it says 15 to 30 minutes. There's no way you can play this game in 15 minutes.
I don't know. I analyze my turns too much.
That's true, but even still, you have to go through the 20 cards and
20 sets of rolls.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
I mean, you'd have to do it in less than a minute every roll.
I think it's
less than a minute.
Unlikely that you could play this game in 15 minutes.
I agree. That said, I think it's pretty cool that there are basically 4 different adventures to go through.
Yeah, I like that too.
4 different,
because it feels different.
And we did this one before, which feels entirely different
from what we just did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you have different goals, and then the terrain start actually really meaning something, and so you're really starting to invest in what you're doing versus just learning the game. So She Day is basically to learn the game, I would say.
She Day is super simple.
Teaching somebody that is learning how to play. You play She Day, but after that, you really want to get into the deeper puzzles, the deeper sheets. So
yeah,
I like the deeper sheet better.
I agree. Letting y'all take a look at what is in Cascadia Hills. As you see, map 8 is quite similar.
Basically the same.
It's a slightly different layout. They have different bonuses down here at the bottom, I do believe. B looks similar, but notice it is structurally different. The planes are in the middle, not the outside. You've got different bonuses scattered through. But look, you've got landmarks and not sun and rain.
Yeah, okay.
So it is different. With C, you've got a similar sort of thing going on here, but the sun and rain bonuses are not down at the bottom. They're over here on the side. And D is
very different.
Super totally different. Whereas you're, on Rolling Rivers, you're basically playing Cascadia Rolling right as what I would have imagined it. In this, you're trying to make all of these have the same bonuses. And if you do this region, boom, you're going to get some sort of a bonus over here on the side. It's altogether different from the Rolling Rivers D.
Right.
So I don't want y'all to think, oh, it's just 4 maps duplicated twice. That's not it at all.
Yeah, they are different.
They are indeed different.
Yeah.
And worth picking up. I mean, when you're getting 1 for 19 and 2 for 35.
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
I think it's worth it.
I mean, 35 is pretty cheap for a board game these days anyway.
Yeah, and you're not getting 1.
Yeah.
You're getting
both.
2.
Yeah.
So even better.
Yeah, so that's on Kickstarter.
Yes.
Oops. There's the link. Okay. So yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We got Duchess to go back.
To go back what?
The game.
Oh, to go back the game. Oh, yeah. Really cool. I wasn't watching the comments as much. But yeah, you definitely want to go ahead and back. But yeah, that is Cascadia, Rolling Rivers, and Rolling Hills. And so don't wait.
Or it'll be too late.
That's right. So, because everyone knows, including Jelfia, don't wait or it'll be too late. So go ahead and back it now, and you won't live in regret and FOMO.
Exactly.
Which is fear of missing out, for those of you who don't know.
Exactly.
So, if you enjoyed this teach and playthrough, and you want more just like it, hey, hop on over to our YouTube channel at BoardGamerSteph, or where can you join us?
Twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph every Wednesday and Sunday at 5 p.m. Central, where we stream through 3 games or more every time. So
And so come join us on Twitch where we play
all
all the games. That's right.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.